This week we are going to focus on explicit and recursive formulas. Explicit formulas allow you to select which term you want to calculate. So for example, with an explicit formula, if I want the 100th term, I can just substitute 100 into this equation. Whereas with a recursive formula, I need to know the term before the one that I'm looking for in order to do the calculation. So for example, if I was looking for my 100th term, I would need to know what term 99 was. I think that sometimes recursive formulas are easier to come up with. I think they're harder to use because, again, you need the term before it. Whereas, again, the explicit is much easier to use because you can just drop in the term number. So last week we talked about how to create explicit geometric and arithmetic sequences and the formulas for those. So you're going to want to have those notes handy. I'm going to do a combination of both types so that you can see that. And then the Math Excel this week is going to really focus on explicit and recursive. So you need to understand the difference between both. And then at the end of this week, we have a quiz on arithmetic and geometric sequences, as well as recursive formulas. So let's just jump into this lesson. As always, reach out if you have any questions on this. So this first question asks me to find the first 5 terms of the sequence, and this is an explicit formula. So let me just start off here. So I'm going to have A sub 1 is equal to negative 11 plus 7, and then because it's term 1, I'm going to put in a 1 for n. So grab your calculator, and if need be, we can calculate that. So let's see, this is then going to be equal to negative 4. And then A sub 2 is equal to negative 11 plus 7, and put a 2 in there. So negative 11 plus 14 is going to be a positive 3. Okay, so I'm going to have negative 11 plus 21, so it's going to be a positive 10. And my 4th term, I'll put in a 4 for my n. So let's see, 28 minus 11 is going to be positive 17. And my last one, my 5th term, I'm going to put in a 5 for my n. And I'm going to have 24. Okay, unlike explicit, a recursive formula, like I said, needs to use the term before it. That's how it's built. So a recursive definition is always going to have 2 parts. So make sure you have 2 parts for this recursive definition. The value of the first term, and then the recursive formula, which is, again, going to make reference to the term before it. So whereas explicit, it's just going to be one equation, recursive, you have these 2 parts. So make sure that you're looking for that as well with Math Excel. So one of the ways that Math Excel sometimes poses the question, there's some multiple choice ones, and it'll give a recursive formula that doesn't list the value of the first term. So then that would not be accurate, and you would want to be kind of watching out for that as kind of like a distractor in Math Excel, if you will. Okay, so using a recursive formula. So let's see what we have here. It says write the first 5 terms of the sequence defined recursively. So this is saying that our first term is 4. And then this is saying for any given term, it's equal to 3 times the term before it plus 1. Again, remember this a sub n minus 1 means the term preceding or the term before. So we've got our first term, so a sub 1 is equal to 4. And then a sub 2 is going to be equal to 3 times 4, because it's the term before it, plus 1. So we'll get 13. And then my third term is going to be equal to 3 times the term before it, so 13, plus 1. So 39 plus 1 is going to be 40. And then the fourth term is going to be equal to 3 times the term before it, so 40, plus 1. So that'll be 121. And then my fifth term, I'm going to have to grab my calculator, I think, for this one. 3 times the term before it, plus 1. So 364. So those will be the first 5 terms of the sequence. Okay, so now here's a little mix-up. And the reason why I have this is because I know on Math Excel it's going to give you sequences and it's going to ask you to write it both explicitly and recursively. So let's start with explicitly. So the first thing I need to do is determine whether this sequence is arithmetic or geometric. If we were in the classroom, I would be throwing neither ones in there as well, and we'd talk about strategies. Those are always a little trickier for students when it doesn't follow the rules of either arithmetic and geometric. However, since I can't see you face to face to try to help you through those, I'm just going to stick to either arithmetic or geometric where I'm asking you to write the sequence. So in this one, I'm going to compare. I've got 55, 50, 45, 40. So remember, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take a preceding term, so maybe the second term, and I'm going to compare it to the first. So 50 minus 55 is going to be minus 5. 45 compared to 50 is again minus 5. So this looks like it's going to be arithmetic. So that's my first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to record for myself that it's arithmetic. And because it is arithmetic, then we've got a rule that we can use for our explicit, right? So we know our first term is 55, and we know our common difference is minus 5. So a sub n is equal to our first term, which is 55. So let me write that in. So 55 plus n minus 1 times my common difference. And then remember, we want to make sure that we clean this up and write it in a nice format. So I'm going to have negative 5n and then plus 60. So that's my explicit formula. And it's always a good idea to check it, right? So if I put in a 1 here, negative 5 times 1 is negative 5, plus 60 is going to be 55. So looks like we did that one correctly. Now, to write it as a recursive, I'm going to have my first term is 55. And then my subsequent terms, I've got to think about this. Okay, so I'm going to take the term before it and I'm going to subtract 5. So the term before it, the way I write that is a sub n minus 1, because that means the term before. And then from that, I'm going to subtract 5. So my entire recursive formula is that. Okay, my second problem, I'm going to take a look. I've got 3 to 9 to 27 to 81. So 3 to 9, that would be adding 6, but then obviously that falls apart for the next term. So this looks like it's going to be geometric. So let me write that down, geometric. And my first term is 3. And actually, excuse me, my ratio is also 3. So I'm multiplying by 3. So my explicit formula is then a sub n is equal to my first term times my ratio to the n minus 1 power. So there's my explicit formula. And now my recursive, I'm going to start off by, I always have to start off with saying what my first term is going to be. So my first term is 3. And then subsequent terms are equal to the term before it times 3. So 3 times the term before. And again, let's check this out. So for my second term, I would take 3 to get 9. I would have had to take my first term, which is 3, and multiply by 3, and then that would get me 9. So that looks good. All right, 2 more examples. Here we go, 2 more examples. For number 3, looking at this and trying to compare, it looks like this one's going to be arithmetic. So my first term is 1 and my difference is 4. So my explicit formula is going to start off like that, and then I'm going to need to clean that up. So I'm going to distribute that 4. So I've got 4n minus 3. Okay, again, let's just give this one a check. So if I put in 1, 4 times 1 is 4, minus 3 does get me 1. Okay, that looks good. Now, writing it as recursive, I start off again with what my first term is. And then to get any subsequent terms, I'm going to take the term before and add 4. So a to the n minus 1. So that's saying take the term before and add 4. All right, my last problem. So looking at these, my gut is telling me that this is going to be geometric. So the way I would want to figure out my common ratio is I would take 1/4 and divide it by 1/2. So this turns out that my common ratio is going to be 1/2. So my first term is 1/2. My common ratio is 1/2. And my apologies, I kind of don't like that my 2 geometric examples that I came up with have the same common ratio and initial term. So it's probably not the best situation, but hopefully you guys are understanding these examples. So that's my start for my explicit formula. And now my recursive formula, my first term is going to be 1/2, and then I'm going to take, for any subsequent term, I'm going to take that term before, so I write that as a sub n minus 1, so that's saying take the term before it and multiply it by 1/2. So this entire piece then would be my recursive formula. Okay, so as always, if you have any questions, make sure that you're reaching out to me via email. I will also have a Zoom call this week because we're going to have a quiz, again, in Algebra 2 later in the week. So I'll have a Zoom call scheduled for Wednesday for you to ask any questions. All right, take care.